Hello and good morning. Happy Art Day, everybody. I hope you had a great weekend and are ready to do some artwork. Today I'm going to do my take on the Birthday Bash community project. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there is a link in the description box below to the journal workshops. I'm losing my voice. Funny. There is a link down there in the description box to the journal workshops that I'm a member of, and that has other very, very lovely artists in there as well. And every year in February, the owner, Jenny, and also, the group has its birthday, so it's time to celebrate then. So there's a live, lots of hours birthday bash going on. Just hop on over in case you're interested. The birthday bash is open until the next one starts, so for about a year. So you're good to go in case you're curious. I couldn't participate on Saturday because I'm always filming and working Saturday. I'm filming Gamers Couch, and I edit it and have it done start to finish. Also, I have some housework to do and stuff, so I couldn't participate on Saturday. But I've been watching the videos yesterday, so Sunday. Before going to bed, I quickly watched them. No, it was actually Saturday. Hold on, it was Saturday. It was super, super late at night. It wasn't Sunday. I watched them and I did choose my collage bits that I wanted to work with, and I'm going to cut a few of them on camera, and the other one I have to cut off screen because I have to use my paper cutter, and that doesn't work on this particular desk here because it's just too flimsy, but I can cut those tiny figurines here. And I forgot I need my smaller scissors. I'm so unprepared today. Gosh, what's wrong? Well, other people would call it Monday, but for me, it's actually, Monday isn't the same for me, or weekdays aren't the same for me, because I'm working in a different schedule. So actually, Monday is more of a what is Wednesday for other people. So yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna cut those funny figurines here very roughly. What I want to do, or what the that was a bit close, careful. What I want to do, or what the project is something for your studio. So it's decoration or inspiration for the studio. That was the prompt, and it had to be 3 pieces, kind of like an altar piece, you know, with you have one piece and then the other 2 connect and they shut like a door. But I don't have the right space for that to work in my studio, so I changed it a little tiny bit, and I'm not gonna make it an altar piece but a triptych. So it's not gonna fold with the doors, but it's gonna be 3 pieces, and I could have them maybe framed and hung up, or just on pinned to the wall for inspiration, or I put it on the wall where I have the banner from last year's birthday bash. So it's right over my wall of fame, or one of my wall of fames, where I put artwork that other people do in my studio or that they send me, so from the swaps and stuff. Yeah, things like that. So I have quite a bit of space on that wall, and I could actually hang a triptych there. I can't really put an altar piece there because I'm not having walls and a roof, but I'm underneath the roof. So my roof is like, let me show you, like this. So if you've seen any of my vlogs, you know that I don't have many straight walls in my studio. I have the largest space in my house, but it's underneath the roof. I don't mind because I'm not a tall person, and I can very well function on ground level or just a meter high. That's fine. I don't need to have more, but it's a bit more. It's a bit more tricky when it comes to hanging artwork. But I make it work, so I'm just gonna well, slightly alter the birthday bash prompt, and I think I have to use an X-Acto knife on this figure here. Well, maybe I can make it work. Anyway, so what I'm doing here, or what the idea is to, like I said, have a inspirational piece or something that represents you, your artwork. It was rather a very loose and open prompt so that you can be creative and fit anything in there, which is a great thing, I think. And I've been rummaging through my collage bits because I wanted to use some, and found these 3 very funny dudes that I'm gonna use with some collage pieces that I tore out of the 365 Days Earth from Above book. I don't know, I think I did also prep that book. Other people would say destroy, but I think I prepped it for future artwork. I did that on the vlog, so in case you want any of the prep works, if I remember, I'm gonna have it in the iCards up above. If not, just peruse the Choco Clock 2017 playlist. There, since it's early in the year, there's not a lot of videos there yet. You don't have to go to the big Taco Clock playlist where there's 180 videos, I think. They were up to end of 2016. So the new stuff is all in the Taco Clock 2017. Anyway, I took those 3 dudes and 3 landscapes, and each of those dudes is going to be the focal point or the funny part on a landscape piece on one of these papers. So they all do something weird with the landscape, and I'm going to show you once I have those cut out here. And then I want to do something like a film strip, rather, well, not a lot of blending, not a lot of fiddly layers when it comes to painting, but maybe more of a cartoony style, because, well, these characters are cartoony, and I want to kind of carry on that style. But I have to cut this part here. And the idea for me was that since these characters all do something weird, there's going to be a quote or something on each of these pieces in reference to that weirdness. Kind of like, I don't want to say motivational quote, but something along those lines. Something, a reminder maybe. Something like, hey, once in a while, do something that is maybe not that that obvious, or that normal when you do artwork. Try certain combinations of colors or media together that is maybe not intuitive or you shy away from. But once in a while, just think outside the box, you know? Things like that. And all of these characters, I found, do something in their finished piece. So they do something with the landscape they sit in that translates to a reminder or an inspirational quote or something that I could definitely use once in a while when I'm in a funk in my studio and I just stare at the walls. I hope I stare at that wall, read, and then say, ah, yeah, got it. Okay. I mean, I'm rarely in a funk because I'm not a person that really stresses about doing artwork a certain way. I'm a believer in that anything is art. You just, well, have certain differences in maybe style or media, so the way you do art, but it's all art. The question then is, do you want to please people or do you want to make art? And most of the time, I know that sounds so arrogant, I'm the one that says, or I'm in the mood for, I just want to make art. I don't care what anybody thinks. I want to make art. Sometimes, but that is more when it comes to commissions or creating a product line stuff, I'm definitely thinking, oh, I want to please people's liking or play to their preferences. But on these art days here, especially, I am the person who says, it's art. It all is. I don't care what you think. This is my thing. You can like it, and I would very much appreciate it. You could be inspired, and that's, well, perfect, pretty much. You cannot like it, and that's fine too, because everybody has a certain preference, what they like, what colors, style, media, all of that, what they like. Some people like loud paintings, some like the quiet ones, some like the ones where it's very obvious what the story behind or the story of this painting is, and others like more the abstract kind of artwork where you are the one who tells the story of this painting and not the painter. So there's something for everybody out there. And I think when you do art and you're not stressing about, will somebody like that? Is that good? It's all good as long as you enjoy the process, because then even if nobody else likes a painting that you did, but you had a blast doing it, let's not forget that your stress levels are lower, that your blood pressure and health is better, that your mood and your soul is in a way better shape than it would be if you would stress all the time. So I think that, well, art shouldn't never be stressful. It defies the purpose of art. Anyway, so, no, there was a long ramble, but I did cut everything. It's like, meh. A meh, a quack, and a woof. Which, yeah, I'm weird. Can you tell? So one of these pieces will be on each of these papers. It's no coincidence that they all look to the duck. So the duck's going to be in the middle, doggy's going to be on the left, and the sheep's going to be on the right. And I chose those two, or better said, I liked this one first, and then I liked him, and I said, okay, if I arrange the two of those in this manner, then I need some figure that is of the same style and then looks into this direction. The sheep was the only one that I have, so I had to find a landscape for him. And that took a while, but I was successful. So the dog's gonna be in this landscape, the duck is gonna be here, and the sheep's gonna be here. I'm quickly gonna cut the paper on the no camera space because, well, there's a little bit of a flimsy here, and I just want to clean that up. And then I can start placing and working and all of that, and can tell you what I want to do. But I just quickly have to cut. And I could have been prepared and have done that earlier, but well, you know me, I'm sometimes not prepared for those videos. I'm super prepared sometimes with the idea, sometimes with the media that I want to use, and sometimes I'm just so not prepared. Today's a rather not prepared day, but that only took a minute, and now I can show you what I want to do. So let's start with the duck because that's easiest. He's gonna come out of the hole. It's gonna be quack, quack, quack. He's gonna be the one, the quote or the idea here is sometimes just get your head up, look outside, get out of your little art hole and look around to be inspired. This one here is going to be something like this. He's gonna hold the temple, and this is going to be like excuse me, support somebody's or something, be a strong presence there, and always stay healthy doing that because, well, oranges are healthy. There's lots of vitamin C in them, though, well, they have a lot of sugar. Well, getting to food again, that's a different thing. Yes, I'm quite knowledgeable when it comes to food. So what I want to do with him, he's gonna swim in this place here. I have to cut him a bit better, but I have to make an incision here, and he's gonna sit in here. Same here, I need an incision. They are going to sit in there, and I have, with this one, I have to pull it quite to the lower part, and since he is not really fitting into the landscape here, I thought the perfect thing would be sometimes go for the non-traditional way. So think out of the box, do something weird, do something that feels like, oh, this doesn't fit together. Go for it, because, well, sometimes it makes for really good things. But what I have to do first is make the background. So all of that is, I think it should be something like a film strip. So I'm having lots of colors in the collage bits, and I need a bit of help here. Put the paper away. Otherwise I'm going to have it all over the place once I'm putting on my blow dryer. But I want like a film strip, so all of these pieces have to have a black background. Then I'm going to glue on the collage bits, and then I'm going to work on the white film strips, and then see if I want only a white gel pen for quote, or if I want something else to be there. So for the first thing, the first action when it comes to painting, I'm gonna very generously squeeze a blob of black into my palette. And now I need a brush. Let's take this one. And I'm just gonna give that acrylic paper a solid black background. Now that paper here is, I think it's 30 by 40, but I have the exact measurements on my blog. I have to measure that before I actually write the blog post. But it has the same texture as a canvas, which I like a lot. But it's a paper, so you don't have to have a big easel. You can have it on your desk. And I really like to work on it. Lets me use acrylics on one more spot. So I'm using acrylics, of course, on canvas when I'm at my easel. But sometimes I don't feel like going to the easel. Oh, my brush is falling apart, but that's okay because it's an old one. It's allowed to be falling apart, and I can reglue pieces. So sometimes I'm not in the mood to go to my easel. I sometimes really like to work at my desk, especially when I film, because I have to change the whole setup when I want to go to the easel, you know, it's like, So I'm sometimes hindered by my laziness or by my by my negative enthusiasm to go to the easel and work with acrylics. If I want to make a painting, but like not a collage piece in my magazine journal, or work on my art journal. If I don't want to do those things but have a real painting, but I'm not in the mood to go to the easel, especially for filming, like I said, I really like to work on this paper because I can keep my setup and I can still work with acrylics on a canvas-like surface. It's just flat. It's just a paper. That's the only difference. It's not real canvas, but that is gessoed, but it's paper with a texture. So this makes me use acrylic for paintings way more, and I like it for that, I have to say. So let's put this one aside. That's number one. Now the other two, to check that I have the right side up. This is right side up. Let's get this one done. And I know I shouldn't be lazy and set up filming for the easel. I will. But you know, I'm not only having this set up here that I'm currently filming with, but let me give you a bit, well, not an excuse, but just information on how that filming of videos works in my studio. So I have 3 cameras that I'm filming with and one to take photos with. I just this weekend, and you've probably seen it in the vlog already before this video comes out, I installed the 3rd camera. So usually I've been working with 2 cameras. One that is overhead, this one here, this one there. This is the overhead camera, and then I have a vlogging camera. So that shoots, that records faces mainly. So on Monday, well, no, let's start with, oh God, what's my starting day of the week? Well, let's start with everybody else's week start. So Monday. On Monday, I film here on this spot. I film 1 episode of ArtDay, and one episode of Beyond the Lines. And usually I'm in this spot. There's a couple of videos coming out in April where I shot at my other desk for Beyond the Lines, but that was because I had videos to record that was 3, 4, 5 hours long in raw material. And I had to record them on another day, or late at night. And there I sit at my other desk. Anyway, so I have the setup here. And then on Tuesday, the setup stays here because Tuesday is Draw for Initiative Day. So Tina has the same setup here, that one. She has that one. And she records her painting. If we voice over or record the intro, the vlog camera is sitting there on that part of the desk. And I don't need the overhead camera for that. And it's always alternating. So I have to remember, is it an overhead day or is it a recording day for intro and record voiceover and plan the next painting? Because if I don't need the overhead camera here, I used to move it to the other desk for me to record coloring snippets and preparation snippets and stuff on for Talk O'Clock, for my vlog. Because this is my work desk here, and the other desk is my, yes, also a work desk, but more like the inspiration desk or the leisure time coloring desk. It has multi-purposes. This one doesn't. So that was then moving it there. So, and leave it there for the rest of the week until Saturday. So I would record any other video snippets for Talk O'Clock on the other desk with the overhead camera there and with my vlogging camera. Saturday morning, both of those cameras go downstairs and are mounted there on a mobile filming rack, because then Hobby and I record Gamers Couch. So everything, also the lights that illuminate my recording place here, everything has to move downstairs to, well, be set up for Gamers Couch. And then every Saturday night or after filming, everything has to move back upstairs. Before I mounted the third camera, this one, the overhead camera, had to go on the other desk, because usually Saturday night or Sunday night I'm coloring or working on prep work for ArtDay or do other funny stuff that is maybe worth recording for Talk O'Clock. So then Monday morning comes around again and I have to mount everything here. And if you ever... well, yes, it's a 5 or 10 minute job to move things around, but it's just, I'm sick of that, so I don't like it. And also the Gorilla clamps and everything where all the cameras are mounted on, the more you move those tiny bits and pieces, the looser they get, and then you have to buy a new one, blah, blah, blah. I don't like that a lot. I think they all need a second coat, I think. Didn't do a good job at having those colored nicely. So, anyway, I didn't like moving the overhead camera between 3 places. So I have been, I revived an old camera, overhead camera, for only the vlogging desk or the coloring desk, or the inspiration desk, whatever you want to call it. And it's gonna stay there permanently, and I only have to move this camera to other places. And I haven't, and that's another thing why I haven't really been filming on my easel a lot. It's because I don't have the perfect camera set up there yet. I'm still in the trying mood. I filmed at my easel before. Yes, I do have a tripod and everything, but it wasn't the perfect angles, and I have to figure out how I could film on the easel for a real-time ArtDay video, not have a super crappy angle where you feel kind of motion sick afterwards. So yeah, I was actually thinking at one point, if I want to have a GoPro that I put on my forehead and then you see what I see, but that's not really a very, well, for one, that would be a fourth camera, and I don't really want a fourth camera. And on the other hand, it would be quite difficult because I cannot see while I record what I record with a GoPro. At least I haven't found that out yet. And I have to make sure that everything that I want to show you and that I talk about is in frame. So yeah, anyway, a lot of rambling for me, being kind of lazy and not moving to the camera angle for the easel. But I'll figure it out one day, and then I can paint on an easel maybe a bit more if I feel like it. Until then, this paper here saves me, and I can scratch the itch of painting with acrylics, but not having to rebuild my whole studio and the filming setup. So let's see if that is kind of... Nope, there's 2 spots. So I'm constantly moving around my camera gear in my studio, which again, I don't mind, but sometimes I just don't like it. Maybe I should make an motivation board for moving camera gear and not for painting, because I usually, again, like I said, I'm rarely in a funk when it comes to painting. It's probably because I do it every day, all day. Not every day, all day, but like five days a week. I definitely do artwork of different kinds, and if I can help it, it's gonna be. It's actually 7 weeks. It doesn't mean that I sit here from 9 to 5 every day and do artwork. It sometimes is just an hour or half an hour, but usually I do something every day. So I'm not really prone to being in a funk with artwork. I think it's the combination of being a strong believer in that anything is artwork, and don't be too hard on yourself and don't judge. Sometimes, I use artwork a lot for therapeutic purposes. So when I, excuse me, I think I have to take a sip of coffee. So when I do feel a bit off, or I feel something is off, or I'm going through something emotionally, I I learned to work on it or work through it in artwork right away. I learned it the hard way that you have to listen to yourself and not shush your soul and your mind, but you have to listen to be healthy, mentally healthy. And meanwhile, I have a practice that whenever I feel a funk coming or I have to work through something, it doesn't always mean negative. It could be something overwhelmingly cool and good in your life that, again, it overwhelms you and it almost paralyzes you. When you have that, sometimes you just, have to work through it and sort it into the boxes that make you see the world and make you reason with what you experience. So I learned to do that right away and not to judge what I put out there. So it's just, I don't judge myself for what I think or what I see or what I feel and what I make art of, you know? Let me quickly draw. The next step is to glue on the collage bits. So, yeah. So since I think I need my X-Acto knife. So, since I have that practice where I don't judge myself and I work through anything right away in some kind of artwork, it doesn't have to be an art journal page. It doesn't have to be this or that kind of a style. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be a certain medium or a certain thing. It could be a doodle. It could be a sketch in a sketchbook. It's just the main idea is that you work through it your way. So since I established and stay true with that practice, I'm really in an art funk, folks. And then I can work on the pieces pretty much all the time that are for shows or for videos, for teaching, for commissions, for product lines and stuff like that. So I think sorry, I amuse myself sometimes with my weirdness. This is yeah. You are beautiful, little ducky. You are so cute. So this is one thing but I had to cut. Help, no. Oh, come on. Short arms, no collage bits. So before I glue them down in one go, I have to cut the dog. He should be sitting. He's a bit more tricky because he rarely fits onto the paper, but I don't want to cut too much of him. So I have to position him here see. Yeah, okay. So, oh, almost gone wrong. To cut here. Through that part. Scissors there. He's going to be to shorten him a bit. Is oh yeah, ha, found something. I'm gonna not have him sit straight in the pool, but a bit curved, and use a little bit more. I'm just cutting along the lines of the landscape that is on the photo. So I'm just using the lines that are already there to my advantage. So this is his swimming help, and he's gonna be yeah, he's kind of helping there. So he has to go on on there. Sorry, I really amuse myself sometimes. It's such a, yeah, I laugh, or I'm easily amused. And you are holding the temple. Do I need to? Yeah, just need to have a bit of a different shape. Something like this. And just a little snippet more. Boop. Ha! Perfect. Perfect. But we have to put you to the lowest part. Yep, still fits. Okay, so now I can glue those pieces down, and for that I'm using matte medium. Then I'm going to dry that. First I need the brush. There is my brush and a bit of matte medium. It since it dries clear. Where's my paper towel? Did I not? Nope, I didn't. Since it dries clear, I don't have to be super careful with where I put my medium to glue. So I just gotta have a rough idea on where I glue things. It's gonna be somewhat here, I think. Thin layer. Very thin. And you can be really sloppy with that. But on the back of the paper, the collage bit, just wrinkles less if you have it in both parts when you glue things down. There we go. Boop, boop. And now going on top. Okay, now I have to position Mr. Sheep. Be a bit more careful with medium that I put on there, just because this is more of a delicate figure here. Or to go perfect. More here. I think this time around I need a spatula. Because I have quite a few. Don't let my paper towels fly. So I have quite a few of the wrinkles. Be careful. Just pressing things down a bit. Maybe we need a bit more glue here. The problem with glossy paper, it really wants to wrinkle. But with a little bit of gently loving force, you can be the boss and keep it as flat as you can. There you go. Number one. Gonna put that aside for now. It's gonna dry while I glue the others. Like, for example, this lovely dog. Quack, quack. So with this one here, I actually just need a rectangle in the middle. And I'm not gonna position them all on the same spot, like on the, what did I have? Bottom left corner. I'm just gonna position them where it fits best with the collage bits. So let's get the two of them in one go. Quack, quack, quack. He looks so funny. I like the dog. Bit more here, bit more here. Whoop, 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 whoop. And of course you have to make funny noises when you put down your collage bits and you glue things that are maybe a tiny bit funny to you. Okay. And the last one, gonna do the same that I did with the duck. I'm trying to glue them in one go. First, okay. Carefully lifting the dog and putting the glue underneath. And also on this arm. And I'm just going on top. And one last time with my spatula. De-wrinkling as much as I can. If I have a few of the wrinkles, I don't care. But the main ones should be done. Do, 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 do. All right. I can put my brush into the water again, because I keep that brush in water all the time. Close my medium, and then I can give it quite the blast with my blow dryer. Blow dryer. All right. So now I'm gonna try and see if I can have the film strip painted in. And I'm just taking the width of my ruler for that, and about 1.5 centimeters away, so that will be here. Have it come out behind the sheep. Same goes here. Now I'm just taking a white, what is that? Luminance pencil for that, because it was closest to my desk now. Otherwise I would have maybe taken another white pencil from any kind of set there. Oh, there's, already I need to. And the last one. So what I'm gonna do for the film strip is not necessarily, or am I? Am I gonna have them all the same width? Those blocks, because, well, the film strip is black, white, black, white, black, white, like, well, a roll of film, you know? Yeah, well, why not? Makes it maybe a little bit easier to paint in the color, but I'm gonna eyeball it. So this is white, this is black. So I'm starting here with the white, white, black, white, that would be white, black, something here. Again, I'm eyeballing where it goes. Same for those. Let's have 4, 5, 6. So that would be white, 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 white. Perfect. Gonna have a white left of here. The rest you cannot see on this strip. And then the last strip, I want white, black, white, black, white, black, white, and that is white. There on top, the same thing. Ta-da. So now I can just, and I'm using titanium white because it's opaque. I do have other whites like the zinc white, which is transparent, and I use that for fog or for mist of any kind. Then I have a mixing white, which just lightens up other colors, but doesn't make them milky. And then of course I have the zinc, not the zinc, the titanium white, because it does pretty much cover everything in one go. Are you bigger? Yeah, you are. Okay. So I'm just gonna go around and start filling in the spots. So that's white, 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 white. Okay. It also gives these collage bits quite the nice border automatically. I might add a bit more with a permanent white marker later, but for now, I just want to go with the blocks here. And fill in the parts that are white. And as long as you have a dry surface, so the layers underneath are dry when you go on top with white, you should be able to, well, have an opaque layer in one go or two goes, depending on how thick and pigmented your particular brand of acrylics is. Which helps quite a bit with the comic-y style, I think. Again, I'm not gonna worry at all about shading, because I want the comic style of this inspirational triptych. You could do that with pretty much any theme that you have, anything that you want to do in a triptych kind of style. It doesn't have to be what inspires you or what you want to remember. You could do that with seasons, so 3 for spring, 3 for summer, 3 for autumn, and 3 for winter, and you frame them and find a nice place in your house where you want to hang them, and then whenever it's time to change decoration for the season, you just hang up that triptych, those 3 frames. So I would make them all in the same size, just to make it easier for you to exchange the frames throughout the year. But that could be something that you do, or you, I don't know, go with colors. You have one yellow, one for red, green, whatever, and have a triptych there with everything that you associate, or 3 things that you associate with that color. And that painted there. just, you know, there's so many ways to do this kind of triptych or altar style. You could actually do the altar style with colors maybe, and randomly choose one when you're in a funk, and you have to play with that color and think and be inspired by that color, and go down the rabbit hole of what do you associate with that color, what does that color make you feel and stuff. It's a really good starter for when you are in a funk, so you could make tiny little altar pieces for that color and have inspiration on there already. Okay, I think I want tiny little bit of white here at the end. Didn't pencil that in, but I think I like it like that better. So yeah, you just can play with this way of painting or making inspirational pieces for yourself that you put in a drawer or on a wall or in a box, and whenever you feel off and you don't know where to start to get through a certain funk, you can just open that drawer or that box or stand in front of that wall, wherever you place your items. Look at them and go from there. It really helps. I think the quote-unquote secret, or why that works, is you force your mind to focus. You force your mind to discard all of the other thoughts that are in the brain and that make all that noise and that are also important, and you have to figure all of those things out, or you have to deal with them. And the brain, though, sometimes it's really empty and you're just like, blah. You cannot really think about something straight. Still, it makes a goddamn load of noise. So I think what these exercises here do is they make you focus, and they make you be present in the now instead of being in your mind and letting the noise win. You're winning that way. You're saying, shh, for a moment, I have to do this and that. And I find, personally, I don't know if that's with everybody, but I hope it is. I find that when I then focus on one thing and do that one work, like, for example, associating something with the color green and painting that one thing, I find that while I then paint, my mind, of course, picks up with the noise. So those thoughts that would have paralyzed me earlier or would have put me in the funk, they're just sorting themselves out in my mind or move forward while my hands do something else. I find that with very many things. I do that with cooking too. I can solve the biggest problems and puzzles while I do something else with my hands. And I like to do it best with, or most with painting, coloring, cooking, and then comes knitting, I guess, is what these are the four things whereas I spend most of the time with painting, coloring, and cooking, and I hardly have any time for knitting, but knitting does the same thing. So if I get in those very horrible times, if I got my brain quiet enough for one moment to focus on something, have an idea, and set up my art supplies in my desk, not even talking about videos, but just me painting. If I got that far and got the first bit of color down, then I could take off the handcuffs of my brain, and then I could do artwork and solve a problem or an emotional state or anything while I was doing something else. So the overwhelming factor and the paralyzing factor was negated that way. I did just say, yep, it's fine, brain, all of your problems are valid, but give me just 5 minutes. I just gotta buy 2 lemons here. And then you can talk again. Just give me, like the kids are sometimes shushed by their parents when they talk to other adults. That's like, yeah, give me 5 minutes and then I'm gonna play with you again. This is how I deal with my brain sometimes. I'm the parent, and it's a noisy kid / teenager that has a mind of its own. And once in a while I have to teach it a lesson and shush it. And when I can get there, I can resolve negative feelings, problems, issues of any kind quite quickly. And another thing that I find that, but that's more an accident. I'm not planning on that, but I find that once I then have solved that issue that I was dealing with, or I had it in a stage where I was comfortable again, I would have creative sparks that would pretty much overtake the next couple of weeks to work on. So it's like my brain did give me the instant reward of solving a problem by giving me ideas on doing something crafty or artsy, or maybe a new recipe or something. So yeah, weird brain, right? So I got that. Now the mains, and now I can focus on details. Actually, I don't want to add too much. Just a few things. And for that I have to get my permanent markers and my gel pen. Where's my permanent marker? There it is. White permanent marker. I want to fill in the lines between those rectangles here. Oh god. And then I want to have a colored frame around the collage bit. Want to have some white splatter, and I want to have my thought, my what he or she there says and reminds me of. I want to have that in there, and then that's all. Thought maybe of adding some washi tape, but I don't feel like it, so I don't do it. That's another thing that I learned. Just because you have the idea or the possibility of adding something, you don't have to add it later on just because you had the idea in the beginning. Don't have to. Your art can evolve while you do it. Very philosophical, don't you think? There we go. He looks so weird. I love him. Like, meh. Yeah, he's supporting the building. And support is and stability is very important. And then, of course, you have to reward yourself in whatever way you like. It doesn't have to be a big thing, you buying something as a reward, but it's more like, oh, okay. Oh, couldn't have a straight line there. I see, shit. Hold on. Let's do it like this. Cheaty weedy. Okay. It could be, I don't know, that you reward yourself with a nice cup of tea and taking time to do something. Like, I don't know, reading a certain book or looking through videos or forums, photos on Instagram for half an hour longer than you usually give yourself time to do. Or, I don't know, you skip housework for a day or something. There's lots of ways to reward yourself for things that are, for one, not expensive. Second, they're not over the top, but they make you feel good, you know. I do have very many, or I almost only work with a reward system. I seem to like that a lot. So I reward myself for things that it's not that I don't like to do them, but that I maybe I like to do them, but only for a certain time or to a certain degree, and then I do more of that. So I reward myself, and I'm gonna give you a very specific example here. I really like to film Beyond the Lines. I really like to produce that show, but it's quite time-consuming. So last week, on Monday, I did actually film more than one episode of Beyond the Lines. I filmed 4 of them. So I'm actually having raw material for 3 extra weeks. So I'm gonna reward myself by not having to film this today, but just editing and having maybe a bit more free time, or stopping work after 10 hours, not after 14 hours, you know. So it's a tiny little reward thing. It's not over the top, but it's a reward thing there. So now I have to think what kind of color and what kind of material I want for the frames. And I'm checking something quickly. I do have these metallic paint markers. Let's see if I find something cool there. Oh, it's a yellow. But no, use a pearl marker. Orange. What are you? Punk. Yeah, I want a bit of color there. Do I want the pearl? Do I want that color somewhere? What color do I want? Do I want the yellow? That's a yellow metallic. I have yellow in all of them. It's decided. See, this is how quick I sometimes adjust things. I have an idea and I do it right away. But I have to check if the color is still liquid and working, because I have these colors for a while. Yeah, still working. So I'm gonna go, oh, I hope I don't ruin it. Come on, really? Is the paint dry? Do I just have to squeeze so hard? Probably have to squeeze so hard, okay. Just have a frame or something. Come on, really? This can't be true. Of course, when I do something that I cannot really repair. There we go. Art supply gives me crap. Okay, other one. Think I'm not gonna have enough of the yellow to do all of those pieces, so I should think about what I want to do with the others. Do I want other colors, or am I gonna try to have the sheep be surrounded with the yellow as well, and have the duck, since it's in the middle, with another color? I just have to think about that while I finish the dog. I think I don't even have enough for the sheep. But there I just need 3 sides. Because the other one's on the bottom and doesn't need a frame. Still. Come on, you dog with a Texas hat. Okay, gonna put you aside for a sec. Let's see. Oh well, let's try the sheep with the yellow, and then have maybe the green or a blue with the dog. Let's be brave. These were just metallic colors that were in a card crafting set from a cheap supplier here. I said it in a vlog that I sometimes shop for card bases or for cheaper decorational supplies like colored gel pens and glitter pencils and stuff at Chibo, which is a German coffee shop brand. They do have other items as well, like crafting stuff or things for housework, clothes like for sport and stuff. So I like to use them to buy socks because they have funny socks in my size, and I can buy kids socks there actually because I have very tiny feet. But I like to use them for craft stuff as well, especially gel pens and these metallic pens once in a while. So there we go. I'm definitely feeling my finger on this pen. It's really ouching. So I'm gonna put this away and you get another color. The ducky gets another color, but what do you get? What did I use here? A metallic pen, so I shouldn't use pearl. Don't want to use glitter. What are you? No. Metallic. I want to use metallic. Don't I have metallic anymore? This is all glitter. This is a pearl marker. Maybe that's closest to... Yeah. Let's go for the pearl marker, the same color, and hope that they just rebranded it or renamed it and it's actually the same thing. Let's see. Almost. It's a bit more yellow and less golden-y looking, but that's fine. Gonna have outline here on the duck, and then I'm just gonna add a couple of quotes and a few splatters, and I think I'm done then. I think the splatters are going to be the last thing I'm gonna add. Can't believe I actually, when I started thinking about this project, thought, oh, well, this is more going to be a shorter video because it's just slap paint on, slap collage bit on, slap a bit more paint on, done. I didn't think that it would actually be very close to the 2-hour mark again. Thought maybe more 60 minutes, but yeah, sorry. I don't seem to be able to do artwork that fast. I'm pretty fast already, but ooh. Well, things sometimes just take their time. Et voila. That's it. Now I have to write down the thing. Maybe I want... Does it even show up? Let's see. I want the super hot pink. But well, it doesn't work with the orange there. Do I have a yellow? Yes, I do, but I know that that one is almost empty. So let's just go with the white. Let's go with white and write down what it is here. So, First one is Get Out of Your Head. This one here is Stable, Support, and Reward. And the last one is Try Unusual Things. Okay. Gonna sign it, and then I'm gonna splatter, and that's the last thing I think that I'm gonna do. And for that, I have to stand up because I just seem to splatter better. That rhymes. It was not intended. I have to move stuff out of the way first. I still have the titanium white. I'm gonna use that, but where is my... Need my spray bottle. Since I still have the white here, I can spray it with water, thin it down, and use it to splatter things. So let's do that. Of course, I have to have it open. And I need a new paper towel because I seem to be unable to do anything these days without making a mess. That should be fine. So let's mix it. Maybe a bit more. Yeah, that should be it. So I'm going to take 2 brushes. One to splatter. I'm taking a fan brush here because I'm my biggest fan. Ha ha ha. No. But I like I need it a bit thinner even. And then, yeah, let's make the big splatters first and then the small ones. Let's take the big one. And the big one here. Now for the smaller one, I take a bit of that white and thin it down even more. I need 15 hands, folks. Okay. Of course, I shouldn't splatter before. That was maybe a bit too much. So let's tiny little splatters. And Last one. All right, that's that. Ta-da. Now let that dry. And then I'm done. I can frame those, or I can just leave them as they are and put them up on my inspirational wall. So them all side by side. Can I put it in frame? Probably not. Oh, well, I can zoom out a tiny bit because I'm not all zoomed out when filming. So let me arrange the artwork. You see, not all of it is in frame. Oh well, most of it, you get the idea. See. So this is what it would look like on my wall. So there's the strip of inspiration that I'm gonna put onto my wall once it's dry. I hope you enjoyed watching along. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. The materials, the size, and everything, close-up photos and stuff will be on my blog, or it's actually already published on my blog if you watch this right when it's coming out, that video. The link to my webpage is in the description box below. So you can just hop over if you want to have the link to the exact blog post and don't want to scroll through the blog posts. That's a plural, Miss King. If you maybe watch this a tiny bit later than it actually comes out, I do have the exact direct links to the blog post on my Facebook page, so you might want to peruse there. If you want to not peruse on the webpage, that's fine too. Take good care, everybody. Maybe you find enough inspiration in this video to maybe do your own altar inspirational thing. I'm definitely recommending that you would join the journal workshops. There's a lovely community there that supports every member and is very creative, and it's quite the inspirational group there. So if you haven't already, well, join there. It's really cool. And yeah, I'm gonna see you next Monday. I'm having 2 or 3 ideas that I want to do. I haven't decided yet what exactly it's gonna be, so it's gonna be a surprise for you and for me and for everybody. Have fun, everybody. Take good care. Have a lovely week, and do all the good YouTube stuff if you so desire. So giving this video a thumbs up if you liked it, sharing it with somebody that you think should see it, and of course subscribing to this channel if you're new. I would love to have you as a subscriber and be in the weird art board game community here. Have fun, folks. Take good care, and like I said, thanks again for watching. Bye bye.